All right, Kelvin, let's go there. Thursday night football. And, obviously people expected the Patriots to win in Foxborough, right? They're having a great season. And the Jets are having a bad season, and they drop to 2-8, and they lose. But what comes out of the game, was just the play of Justin Fields. Me and you, we've gone back and forth. You've even admitted now, that he's just regressed to the point where I don't even know. Like, what do you do? There's conversation now. People are like, he should never play quarterback again in the NFL. I mean, think about that. You're going from a first round pick to people saying you shouldn't get another chance to be quarterback. But Willie Colon, Alex, do we have the sound? Do we have the sound, Ian? We don't have it yet? Okay. Willie Colon is on the Jets pre- and post-game show. And he's a former Jet. And listen to this sound from him, Kelvin, and then we'll talk.
It's tough, man, because Aaron Glenn's going to sit up here and talk about how he needs to watch the tape. You don't need to watch anything. Justin Fields is not an NFL quarterback. Let's just be honest. And you can't sit here and tell your team and before games and want them to rally and want them to give you all they got when you're not giving your team everything they need to be successful. I mean, he shouldn't have played in the second half, right? Especially when you have a defense who is without Quentin Williams, Sauce Gardner, and who played, I mean, all in all, scrappy.
Without A.Z. Thomas,
they were in this game, and this is a game where if you win this game, you're on a 3-game winning streak, and you really start to rally the troops because now they start believing in each other instead of the talent around them. Right. And everything you're trying to sustain, they're saying, you know what? We won one less. We beat the number 1 team in the AFC in New England. This is billboard stuff, right? But you didn't do it solely because what? So this is like from a ball player standpoint. If I'm sitting in that locker room and he's talking to us and he's talking about what we should do, I'm like, no, what should you have done? Then what I should have done, because the tape don't lie.
I mean, those are strong words for local. Am I right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a former Jet.
Yep.
But they do pre and post on SNY in New York. That's the equivalent to Spectrum's
Dodgers and Lakers stuff.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. That channel. And to say he's not an NFL quarterback, just your reaction, and also just what do you think should if he doesn't play quarterback, what should he do? What?
So he's here. So let's.
He's a football player. We both agree with that.
He's gonna play quarterback. Will he become what he ever thought he would be? What he hoped, when he was in Ohio State and got becoming a first round draft pick and all that stuff? Will he be that? Probably not. But so I'm gonna start here. This is what happens when you and I used to go back and forth. It was when he was in Pittsburgh. Yep. He was 4-2, 10 touchdowns, 1 interceptions. And I want to make sure I clarify my point then, because it was. I still believe what I was saying then. My whole point was to just simply see what he was, because it was working when you knew what Russell Wilson was. And I totally got your point. Look, Russell Wilson, especially at that point, he hadn't regressed as much as he had now a year later between that and the Giants. So you're like, let's just see. My whole thing was I want to see what Justin Fields is. We got 10 touchdowns, 1 interception, 4-2. Like, all right, let's just kind of see what that was. I wasn't proclaiming him to be the greatest. It was, let's just find this out. I think clearly for him to make the business decision and then go to the Jets, where even Aaron Rodgers struggled, even though he put up some numbers. It's a struggle there. You can name the quarterback the Jets, and you knew it. You said, Aaron, don't go to the Jets.
I said it.
It's just, yeah, exactly. So the Jets are not the place to kind of say, is this person good? Because Sam Darnold, who now is balling out of control, team looks great, Super Bowl contender, ball couple of seasons now, 2 different teams, has built himself into a legitimately really good quarterback. Not saying he's top 2 or 3, but he's a legitimate, really good quarterback, was with the Jets. And has happened so much with the Jets. So Justin Fields, he went backwards by leaving there in Pittsburgh where he had some stability and going to the Jets. Aaron Rodgers left that instability and went to the Steelers. You get what I'm saying?
Right, but here go ahead.
Last point, I think he's going to be a quarterback again, because we sat here and I pulled up the numbers. If we looked at Sam Darnold, his first 3-4 years in the league when he was a Jet, we would have had Willie Colon saying the same thing, because he was 4-9, 7-6, 2-10, 4-7, and he had, 17 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, 19 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 9, 11, 9, 13. And it was going worse and worse and worse for him. And you wouldn't have known he got there. And I'm not saying he's the arm talent of Sam Darnold. My point is,
I was going to say, they're
I'm saying he's got to get out of there and find out what he is. But you can call a spade a spade. He looks bad. Their offense is bad. He's not making great decisions, and he's not just putting life into that team more than anything, Rob, right? Jackson Dart, when you watch him, it's not that he's putting up crazy numbers. He's putting life into that team. And Justin Fields does not do that at all. There's no life. And Aaron Glenn, maybe coming down from the ownership and general manager, is feeling forced to have to kind of keep playing him because we done bought him and gave him a bunch
or maybe
of
they want the first-round pick. Like keeping him in
you ain't lying right there. They're on a trajectory. So I think he'll get an opportunity again. There's 32 jobs. We know that, and there's never 32 starting quarterbacks. But it's a wrap as far as him this year. They need to move on. It's just not working. There's no juice. There's no life, and he looks bad. There's no way around it. He just looks lifeless per se.
Here's the number: the Jets are averaging a league low 139.9 passing yards per game. That would be the lowest in the NFL since the 2022 Bears. They had 130.5 yards. Guess who the common denominator is in that?
JF?
Justin Fields.
That boy Justin Fields.
So you see what I'm saying? And then here's the other stat that when they flashed on the screen on Thursday Night Football, you can't look away. And act like it didn't happen. You ready?
What's that?
48. Ian is a Jets fan, okay? Our producer.
Dang. Sorry, Ian.
Ian knows this. 48 fumbles since 2021, the most in the NFL.
That's a horrible stat.
Wrap your head around that. Think about
That's a terrible stat.
48 How do you have four as a quarterback?
And I'm going to tell you why that's bad,
Did you see the fumble we had last night?
Yes, I did. And I'm going to tell you why that's bad, Rob.
That was a backbreaker. It was.
Ian, you know this as a fan.
Ian, jump on. Ian's a Jets fan.
Ian, let me ask you this. As a fan, the weird thing about it is when you watch him, and this is why I think Aaron Glenn has been able to kind of keep with him, his numbers aren't going to wow you in the positive per se, but they're also wowing you in the negative. It'll be $160, rush for 60, a touchdown, didn't turn on. And you're like, I mean, it wasn't bad, and I think that's why Aaron Glenn has been able to justify it over the last, 3-4 weeks or so. Would you say?
I would definitely say that's the case. But the thing is, though, Kelvin, it's like all those stats, he'll get 100, 115 passing yards in like the third and fourth quarter. So when it actually matters and the game is actually still close for the Jets, he throws like 25 yards by halftime.
Right.
And we're so numb to that at this point, which is crazy. That's not normal. Like that shouldn't be something that that happens every week.
And he's had like 4 games. He has had 4 games, Kelvin, of 60 yards or less.
That's embarrassing, Rob.
4 games.
And it feels like his superpower has always been running, and even that, he's doing it a lot less than he ever has. So it's just, I think he needs a mental reset.
Aaron Glenn said, we don't want to put him in harm's way and blah, blah, blah. Okay. Let me also say this. Rob, that stat you just said, those 48 fumbles, that doesn't bode well for those who would then say, well, his best asset, as Ian just alluded to, is running because I can't trust you to run because you're going to fumble.
Right.
So that's what makes that more damning is that if your idea was, well, let's run him more, let's make him, just this absolute beast of a running game, nothing, you can't stop it. Well, yeah, if you're prepared to have 15, 16, 18 fumbles a year.
He seems like a great guy, and this is not about him personally. It's just about him as a quarterback. All right, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. The question is, what do you do with Justin Fields? If you were a GM or a coach, would he ever be your quarterback again? Should he be a running back? Should he be, I don't know what. Like, what do you do? I mean, can he play quarterback in the NFL? I'm just not convinced. I don't know how any coach, seriously, Kelvin, going forward, could bring him to the team and say, I'm putting my eggs in this basket. Like, that's the problem, because coming with all this baggage and whatnot, and if you bring him along and it doesn't work out, it's going to be on you, because he's now had enough Exhibit A that you can't say, like, oh, I didn't know what was going on. No, we got all the stats, all the numbers. They're all out there. There's no way. Tim in Atlanta, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Chili Tim?
What up, Rob? What up, Kelvin?
How are you?
Yo.
I'm good, man. How you guys doing?
Doing well. Doing well, brother.
Nothing wrong with being a preacher, but
no, not at all.
No,
I love the Lord, Chili. I'm just saying, I really meant that though.
I just don't want him to be my quarterback on Sundays. How's that?
Let me lay this timeline. Give me a second. Let me lay this timeline. So you take Sam Darnold. He went from the Jets. He played for the Panthers. Then he went to the Vikings, and then
49ers first.
Seattle, right?
49ers, yeah.
49ers, then the Vikings, and then Baker Mayfield, which left a bad organization in Cleveland, went to the Panthers, then went to the Rams, right? And then went to
Chili, for every guy.
But let me finish.
Okay, but for every guy you got that, we could give you 3 or 4 other guys where it didn't work out. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Go ahead.
But my point is that Justin Fields went from Chicago, which was a bad organization. He went in Pittsburgh. We act like Pittsburgh is, but they've been messing up since.
Chili, he has 48 fumbles since 2021.
Wow, but here's my
wait a minute, is that the organization? Sir, I'm just asking you. Is that the 48 fumbles?
But here's my point. I think sometimes these organizations can kill a kid's confidence and mess him up. My point is Sam Darnold got somewhere where he got stable. Baker Mayfield got stable with some people that really kind of, knew what they're doing. They sat behind. And maybe he needs to go somewhere to a stable organization, sit behind. Don't worry about starting. Just sit and learn. And then, come back, build your confidence up. I mean, I think he could be a backup. I won't say he can't play in the NFL.
I don't think he could be a backup because he can't throw the football. I don't see it, Chili. I don't see it. I'm talking about. I'm talking about consistently. I'm talking about consistently. That's why Tim Tebow couldn't stay in the league. He couldn't make a 15-yard pass consistently. You can make
better than Tim Tebow, Rob.
He better. Listen, there's not 64 quarterbacks in the world that are
I'm not interested in Justin Fields.
I hear you, but
Zero.
But again,
good evening, guys.
Yeah,
appreciate you, Chili.
All right, let's squeeze one more.
Yeah, go ahead. But they're not 64. Like meaning somebody's going to need a backup. There's not that many.
I don't see it, Coach. That's a project, and you have to convince people. I'm telling you that 48 fumbles carrying that around real quick.
Bad. I ain't gonna hold you up.
Justin, in Bermuda, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Justin?
Odd Couple International. You guys hear me?
Yes, sir. You sound nice, crystal clear from Bermuda.
Yeah. It's been a while since I called in. Usually it's my daughter's bedtime when the show is on.
Okay.
So
what you got?
I don't get in. Yeah, man. I used to be a really big Justin Fields guy when he was at Ohio State. I think, like Tim just said, I think he needs to sit behind somebody and fix his mechanics, man. The coaches, he doesn't really play really well at the pro level. He needs to sit behind a guy. Maybe like if he could be Lamar Jackson's backup or something like that, a team that uses a mobile quarterback where he doesn't have the pressure to start and just fix his game, then maybe he could be like a Sam Darnold or a Geno Smith, a guy that came back later on and was a starter for somebody like 3 or 4 years from now.
Yeah, I'm trying to go get up behind a Sean McVay, a Kyle Shanahan, or something like that. Give me an Andy Reid. All right, Rob, so they're watching us right now, which means another thing they can do is what?
They can subscribe. All you got to do is hit that button, subscribe to The Odd Couple for some of the best sports talk content in the nation.
Facts, and while you're at it, they can like, they can comment, they can share, do all that for us. We appreciate it. Just do all that right up in here.